Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Animation Pilgrimage where we watch every theatrically released film in order. This week's episode, we are watching The Three Caballeros. The Three Caballeros, they say we are bird of a feather.
Oh man, this one is significantly better than Saludos Amigos. I know we gave Saludos Amigos a bit of a hard time, but I enjoyed this one alright.
It's definitely better.
Yeah, like, it's not great, but especially after the last few movies we've had to watch, I'm just like, yeah, this is fun.
It was a lot of just silly fun this time around.
It's not one of those movies that I go out of my way to see.
No, but it is one that I have seen multiple times and I've never felt annoyed or ashamed or
Right, you never felt like it was wasting your time.
Yeah, well...
there's a couple segments.
Yeah.
Like, it could be a bit shorter.
Yeah.
But it's overall a pretty good time. I'd say, like, the first half... Is better. And then, like, when they introduced Panchito, like, that's all really fun. But then, like, some of the segments just go on too long.
You just keep going, and I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, specifically the segments where it's, like, Donald and the guys chasing after these girls and stuff. It's like, these all just, each one just goes on too long.
They just keep going, and then they switch to another scene, and then it just goes again. And just keeps going for a really long time.
Yeah. But overall, I enjoy this one a lot more than Saludos Amigos, so...
It's still not great
no,
in my books.
I mean, okay, like... As far as, like, actually narratively structured, this one's a mess.
Oh, it's garbage.
Yeah, Saludos Amigos does a lot better job as a story. But as far as being entertaining goes, this one's a million times better.
You know what this one uses a lot?
Live action with animation?
Yes, but it also uses... When it's not doing that, it's all surrealism. And I'm not a crazy fan of surrealism. Which is...
I mean, that's kind of their cup of tea, you know?
I know. I mean, it's like, that's their thing. And, like, I know a lot of people really like surrealism, but I personally don't. And this movie was just surrealism bullcrap.
What, Sean? You don't like seeing a lady's face in a flower singing a song about how she loves Donald Duck?
No, I can't say that I really cared for that segment. For one, that segment was just really boring.
Really boring in a really fast-paced movie.
Yeah. That brings up a good point of that specific scenario happens a lot, as in the entire film. Things are happening, and Donald is sitting there, gawking, making noises,
watching it,
getting in the way. That's the whole movie.
Okay, but do you prefer this, or do you prefer going back to how it was in Saludos Amigos, where there's a narrator going like, oh, look at this tourist. Oh, he's acting the way that only the American tourist can.
So my only choices are the generic Disney narrator man narrating every single moment of my life, or Donald Duck sitting there gawking and laughing and jabbing,
being chummy,
being overly friendly at me the whole time.
Yeah.
These sound like terrible options.
But which one would you rather have?
Oh god, I'd honestly probably just go with the first option.
Really?
Yes, because Donald would annoy the shit out of me.
But in this movie, I don't know, I just think it's a lot more charming and fun because I feel the camaraderie because Donald and Jose and Panchito are working so well off of each other.
Yes.
Like, they're just having a gay old time.
Yes, when it's just the three of them having a great time, that's great. And I'm totally down for it. Also, holy crap, are they totally gay. At the very least, Joe and probably the rooster, the Mexican rooster.
Panchito.
You just said it too.
I did.
Joe and Panchito are definitely gay. And they're trying to get Donald to be totally down with this, and it's like
they're trying to get him in this gay club.
Into their American gay club. Because
OT3. No, I love it. We were watching the movie.
And at one point, Donald thinks he's chasing after and kissing a girl, and it turns out
he has like a blindfold on.
It's Joe instead, and then Joe's
he's like kissing.
No, Donald, don't do that. And then I said, "We're in public."
I had a good laugh about that one.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was really good.
Because you could totally see him say it.
Right. Like, we're in public. Okay, so let's start from the beginning.
Okay. So it's Donald's birthday, Friday the 13th.
Fitting, honestly.
We don't know what month, but...
Was it in February?
No, they didn't say.
They didn't say?
They didn't say. It's just Friday the 13th.
Okay. I'm sure Donald has a birthday.
I'm sure that...
I don't know it.
Well, it's canonically Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Any Friday...
Of that year. So all we have to do is we have to go back to 1943.
And find out which months had a Friday the 13th.
Yep, there we go. So there we go.
Okay.
And it starts... This movie's really non sequitur.
It's just like, I got a box.
Yeah, it's like, it's Donald's birthday, he's got a box full of presents. His first present is a projector screen that has home movies on it, quote unquote.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he's like, oh boy, home... I don't know why I'm saying it like Mickey Mouse, but oh boy, home movies. I love these.
Oh, I thought he said something else. I don't remember what I thought I said, but I didn't hear home movies. I mean, that's part of the problem with having a duck going...
Yeah.
You can't necessarily understand everything he's saying.
Yeah. But... So... These movies just end up being about a bunch of birds that live in South America.
It starts off with a penguin.
Well, no. Like, first they're talking about birds in South America.
It starts with the penguin.
I don't know why it starts with a penguin.
With the narrator being the voice.
Like, what does this have to do with South America or Mexico at all?
Nothing. Nothing. It has nothing to do with it other than the fact that, he goes past it.
Yeah, it's like, it's a penguin that wants to live in South America. In Mexico. But he instead lives on an island.
Yeah, the narrator is the guy that goes on to do Winnie the Pooh and
I was gonna...
and...
Yeah.
What is his name? Do you have that written down?
I do. It's Sterling Holloway.
Sterling Holloway. Is this like one of his first Disney gigs?
Well, we've actually already seen him twice.
We have?
Yep, he was the stork in Dumbo.
Oh, you are totally right.
And he's Adult Flower in Bambi.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I was for some reason thinking...
Flower.
I was for some reason thinking Adult Thumper. I'm like, what?
No.
Hey, you Bambi! Okay,
I don't know if Sterling Holloway's voice can go that low. He has a remarkably unique tenor voice.
Mrs. Dumbo! He's got a very... Yeah, unique is a very good term for it, because I never hear... And whenever he speaks, it's a very distinct voice, and you know exactly who it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Disney uses him a lot, so get used to listening to him.
I mean, yeah, I know he shows up in a lot more films than those...
Oh, he shows up as, like, he narrates a million Disney shorts, so you will get, especially in the 50s, like, I can think of 3 right off the top of my head that he narrates.
I mean, it's all him or the other guy that's narrated everything.
Like the very casual Disney narrator voice.
This is me, the Disney animator.
Only as the American tourist does.
Yes.
To go back to our, well, not our last film, but Saludos Amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, the cold-blooded penguin. So incredibly pointless.
It's like, it doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the film.
But I can't hate it because
It's
Sterling Holloway is narrating it, and it's so tongue-in-cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Like, little lines like, and a fog came in that was so thick that you could just... And then he just doesn't continue saying anything, and the penguin has, like, a knife, and he's cutting through the fog. And, like, that's it. That's the joke. And you're just like...
Okay.
Stop being so gosh darn cute, Disney. I want to be mad at you for throwing all these dad jokes at me. But it's just too adorable. I can't.
And then after that, so it starts with the penguin. And then it switches to the projector just talking at him about
Birds.
various birds.
Yeah.
Including the bird. Yeah. Whatever that fucker's name is.
I have no idea. Luckily,
I don't like him.
I remember the first time I saw this movie, and even as a kid watching this for the first time, I was like, oh no. No.
Oh no, he's gonna come back, isn't he?
He's gonna keep being in this movie, isn't he? But
Thankfully,
luckily...
he's done after like the first third or so.
Yeah, he only shows up a couple more times. But he does show up enough other times that you're like, oh no, he's just gonna keep coming back.
As soon as we hit Mexico, he's gone.
Yeah. It just makes me wonder, like, is Woody Woodpecker must already be a thing.
There's a very good chance he's a thing by now.
Yeah. I'll have to double check the dates on that. But I'm guessing Woody Woodpecker is already a thing, and so Disney was kind of like, hey look, we can make a wacky bird character. Birds were really popular characters.
3 gay caballeros, 3 gay caballeros. A rooster, a parrot, and a duck.
Well, I mean, you also already have Daffy Duck at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Woody Woodpecker. And Daffy definitely followed that. I mean, have you seen any early Daffy shorts before he became more of a foil to bugs?
No.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Daffy's whole shtick back in the day was that he was Daffy. He was a crazy duck. And he'd go, like... I forget what sound he would make. But
Okay, actually that sounds familiar.
like, they make brief callbacks to it in other Warner Brothers cartoons where, like, Daffy will go crazy or something and he'll do that sound. And, like, he'll do, like, the throw his head back and, like, ha! Or whatever. But he rarely does that now.
Yeah, okay.
Is it...
Vaguely.
Yeah.
The more you talked about it, the less I remembered it.
Okay.
It's like, oh no, it's gone.
Well, it's not even like a call. It's just like, I forget what exactly it is.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah.
Either way.
Anyway, crazy ducks.
Let's try to get back to
3 Caballeros.
As you can tell, this review is kind of just as all over the place as the movie.
I think that's fine. So yeah, then they talk about birds for a while, which sort of kind of segues into the next short.
Where Joe Karaoke shows up.
No.
No?
You're missing one.
I am?
Yeah.
What am I missing?
The flying burrito.
Wow, you're right.
Or the flying ganchito, as it's called, is the short, because Ganchito's the little boy.
Yeah.
No. You remember how they segue into this? They're talking about birds.
Uh-huh.
And then there's a bird that lives on top of this boy's house.
And
that's called something that is similar to what they call their ovens in Mexico.
Yep. And then they're like, oh wait, this reminds me of let me get back to my story. And
And so then the boy is like, oh look, there's me.
Let's go off on this adventure.
Brilliant, flawless segue there, Disney.
Like, and this guy's like telling his story, like, wait, it was a rock. No, it was a tree. It was a rock. It's a tree. Ah, whatever. Drop it all, anyways.
But
And stuff.
that's cute. I like that.
It just.
Also, I gotta say, this donkey is adorable. I thought like the donkey and the kid both were really cute, working off of each other.
Honestly, that short was fine. I enjoyed that short.
Yeah.
And it ends with, and neither of us were ever seen from again, seen or heard from again.
They enter a race, or this little boy like tames the donkey, and they like become good friends, and they cuddle, and it's cute. But then the boy's like, we're gonna enter a race, and we're gonna win 1,000 pesos, and I'm gonna be rich, and I'm gonna have big diamond rings and all that. And then they win the race by flying.
But
and
they cover it up still.
Yeah, but then everybody realizes that they cheated by flying.
And then
the donkey just flies off, and the boy's hanging onto the rope, and the narrator's like, and then we were never seen of again.
What?
Disney, you just don't know how to end these shorts that are in your package films, do you?
Nope.
Nope. Oh well.
Okay.
Moving on.
And then after that is when Donald opens the book about
The
Brazil.
next present.
The next present.
Which has a tiny Jose.
A tiny Joe Carioca.
Uh-huh.
Again, the best character in this movie.
Yeah.
I like him better than
Panchito.
Panchito.
Considering you can't even bother to remember his name. I guess that's pretty obvious.
I mean, Panchito is a fun character, but I still like Joe better.
Yeah, same.
And then he's like, we get like a really boring segment where he's just like, oh, this town. And then we just get like a really slow...
Do you remember the town?
Bahia?
Yeah, Bahia.
Wow, I did it.
He only said it like 1,000 times
I
during
know.
the short. Like, Bahia.
Have you been to Bahia? No.
And then finally Donald asks
Come on,
him,
let's go.
have you been to Bahia?
No.
No?
I mean, have you? No.
Wow, come on, let's go.
Let's go. Anyways, they go to Bahia, and then they stalk a cookie selling lady.
Well, before that all happens, it's just like these really lovely paintings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like these pinks and purples and yellows. I'm just like,
This is nice
this
and
is
calm.
nice.
Nothing's happening.
It's fine. This is nice.
And then they jump on a train.
Mm-hmm.
And guess who shows up again?
Yeah, the asshole bird shows up again to cause minor conflict, hardly worth mentioning,
Yeah,
because it resolves itself.
the train is sentient and realizes stuff went wrong, so it fixes itself.
Yeah.
And then we're done with the train.
Yep. And the bird.
And the bird. The bird is gone. Goodbye, bird.
Goodbye.
Yeah, and then we get the first live action bit. Mm-hmm. With...
Which, this technology is really, like, pretty impressive.
especially for the time.
Oh, yeah, like, this one they definitely threw more money at, but they threw money in it at the special effects department, and definitely not at the story department, or necessarily even at the animation department.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing, you know, the animation is still about on par as it was with Saludos Amigos, but with less frequent sections where you're like, oh wow, that's a really impressive piece of animation for this movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing in this movie that's like, oh wow, that looked as good as the Milt Call Llama in Saludos Amigos.
Yeah.
There's nothing that looks fantastic.
Everything is just a lot more cartoony as compared to having that level of realism that we had
there's
in
also
Saludos Amigos.
you can see a lot more shortcuts that the animators are taking. They're not
Yeah.
they're not putting like certain in-betweens there where they should. There's like points where frames where someone like messed up the frame numbers, and like an animation will go backwards for a second, like right before it's about to cut to another scene. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of little errors and stuff like that.
Yeah. I would say that the animation on Joe Carioca in Saludos Amigos still looks better than any of the characters in this one.
Yeah, his animation in Saludos Amigos was better than it was here. There's even a few times in this movie where he looks like he's gone off model.
Yeah. He got a lot rounder, like bubbly.
There's just some times where it's like his proportions aren't correct. He's either like he's too tall, like all of his proportions are just have been like stretched. And,
yeah.
Or something, yeah.
Like I said, everything just got a lot more cartoony.
Well, but cartoony is not a good word for it.
Squash and stretch, how about that?
But that's not a bad thing. You know? Like, that's not a good way of describing it.
Okay.
But I know what you mean. I just think that it's the polish that's not there.
Okay, yeah.
There's just some polishing issues. Which, I mean, it's just another one of these package films, but...
Still sucks.
What can you do? So, after they chase around this woman with cookies...
I have a question for you.
Yes.
There's a lot of live-action people in this segment.
Yeah.
And obviously this is supposed to be taking place in Brazil. I am legitimately curious if those people were actually Brazilian, or if they're just a bunch of random people they got to do
on set.
On set.
I don't know. I think... I can't say for sure. I don't know. But my guess is that this was mostly filmed while they were in their Burbank studio. And not much, like, if any footage was used that they took from, it was from when they took their Goodwill tour. So I think most of the stuff from this was done on a soundstage, and I'm guessing they probably hired like Latin American actors to come in.
Okay.
I would have to double check that though.
Yeah, it's just one thing I'm genuinely curious about. Like, are these people actually Latin? Are they,
just pretending to be?
Is it just a bunch of white people pretending to be? I just don't know.
Right.
And, yeah.
I don't either, but that would be my guess.
Okay. Yeah, and, at one point I noticed that Joe is totally being an enabler for Donald's terrible tendencies. He, like Donald wants to go and beat the crap out of this live action guy
because he's hitting on the girl with the cookies. Yaya, that's her name.
Yaya?
Yaya.
Okay. And so Joe's like, no. Here. And he hands him a giant mallet. It's like, Joe! No, don't do this. You're being an enabler.
Donald's gonna get sent to jail.
Okay, so after they're done with that section, what comes next?
Las Posadas.
That doesn't help me. We just watched this movie and I don't know what segment that's supposed to be.
I'll give you a hint. Christmas!
Oh. Well, then we missed something.
Well, Panchito comes in.
Yes, we get the third and final present, which is Mexico.
Yeah.
All of Mexico was in this one package.
Yeah. But Panchito shows up.
Panchito, and he shows up and he's shooting his guns everywhere because his last name is Pistolas?
Pistolas.
As in pistols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so we're making the Mexican character just this wild gun-toting... Rooster crazy man. Okay, got
Whatever.
it. Whatever.
He's adorable. So yeah, he comes in and he gives Donald a piñata.
Yes, a piñata, and then tells the story of Mexican Christmas.
Where they have all the kids go door to door to be like Jareth.
What?
I don't know.
What were you saying?
Jareth and Mosey.
What?
Joseph and Mary.
There you go. Jareth?
Jareth and Mosey
Okay.
having the baby Jersum.
Let me just write this down. Jareth and Mosey and Jersum.
Jersum.
Jareth and Mosey and... Okay.
When they're going door to door to pretend to be like Joseph and Mary. And they have to say,
Like,
no.
can we have stay at the night in the end?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff?
can we stay the night? And they're like, no posados, which is like no entry.
There was no room for them in the inn.
Yes. But eventually they do get to somebody's house who does let them in, and then they get to whack a piñata.
Now, obviously this is supposed to be cute and sweet and stuff, but I'm just sitting here like, stranger danger?
I'm sure the parents have got it all worked out, Sean.
Oh, I'm sure. But what if they just go knock on some random person's door and he's just like, come on in, kids.
I'm sure they're not unattended during their Christmas
Do
festivities.
you know?
No, I don't know. But this was also made in the 1940s.
What, and child molesters didn't exist in the 1940s?
No, but it was a different time back then.
Yeah, they could get away with it easier.
I don't want to talk about child molesting while we're talking about the three Caballeros. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Okay.
So
Anyways, the piñata, and then Joe and Panchito have a fun time beating Donald up with the
piñata, yeah, making a fool of himself and all that. It's a good time.
As you do.
As you do. Hashtag relatable.
Beat the shit out of Donald.
Yeah. And then after they bust it open, they are like, yay, look at all these presents. And then
I thought there was a couple of small children that fell out of it, but I think they were just dolls.
I think they were just dolls.
But
you kept pointing at the screen, you're like, did a small child just fall out of that piñata?
It looked that way. Just like right when it first exploded, it looked like one just went, ah! Right out, kind of past the camera.
I'll double check the footage.
Because it's like, why was there a small child in this piñata?
I think
that they were hitting with a stick.
I think it was just a doll.
Oh no.
Okay.
So then we open the Mexico book.
Yeah, so Panchito has a Mexico book, and then he's just showing off like all these places in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is where we get a lot of the integrated into live action segments.
Yeah, and Panchito enchants a magic carpet. Oh, can we talk about Joe at one point is just like, with a little black magic.
Oh, yeah. It's like, don't worry, we can get you bigger again with the little black magic. It'll be fine. I'm like, whoa, wait, what?
Whoa, wait, what?
Did Americans think that South America has, like, black magic? Just readily available?
I was just a little...
Really out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was just a little surprised at just the, like... We aren't gonna say, like, fairy dust. We're not gonna say just magic. It's like, he just casually says black magic. I'm like...
It's black magic.
I was not expecting that, but okay.
Yeah, no, it was like, what? You know, like...
You kind of do a little double take, like... Joe!
Like voodoo black cauldrons, sacrificial lambs, stuff like that? Black magic? Or...
No, he just like wiggles his sleeves a little bit.
Does a little dance. Blows on his finger.
Yeah.
No, Donald, you need to blow this finger. It just works, okay?
You just want to ship the birds so bad.
Yes. Yeah. It's true.
It's fine. So anyway, it's this segment where they're going around and harassing all the women from different
areas of Mexico.
And Panchito and Jose keep being like, no, Donald, stop harassing these women. Donald's like, no, I'm American.
Half of the time they're like, stop harassing, and the other half of the time they're like, let's get in on this.
Yeah, they're like, go ahead.
It's like, guys, you're like flip-flopping here a lot.
Yeah. It's like, what's your stance on this, guys? Are you pro-harassing women or not? Because this is important. We need to know.
Yeah. Because, casual sexism.
Yay. Oh no, but Sean, it's okay because all the women in the movie are fine with it. Alright,
Anyways.
So then they have the segment, You Belong to My Heart.
And this is the segment of the boring star/flower lady.
Yeah. But okay, you say boring, and I agree. I don't care for this segment at all. But at least this movie doesn't have the same problem that I had in Saludos Amigos, where it's like everything feels very same note.
Yes.
There is no, like in Saludos Amigos, I was talking about how there's no like rising tension or down low or anything like that.
This movie at least has more of a wavelength.
Ups and downs.
Yes.
The pace goes faster, it goes slower.
It understood how to make a movie better.
Mm-hmm.
As compared to, we're just informing you about things.
Right. And that also helps, is they hide the educational...
The edutainment
The
levels.
edutainment levels are a little on the down low.
Yeah.
Which helps.
So, yeah, we just keep going through all these segments.
Uh-huh.
And then Donald just, like...
Wait.
Okay.
Before we wrap up with the last one, I want to say that, like, Mary Blair's influence in this movie in particular, I feel is really starting to take hold.
Yes.
And I'll definitely be showing lots of Mary Blair concept art as we continue throughout Animation Pilgrimage. But, like, a lot of the still frames and paintings and such in this movie are definitely Mary Blair's work. Or at least somebody trying to copy her, because it definitely looks like her stuff.
Yeah.
So...
She's another one of those people that has a very distinct style.
Yes. And she's going to be huge in Disney history from here on out. Mm-hmm. And she's been working at the Disney studio for a few years now, at the very least. But this is the first one where I've really noticed her fingerprints on the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, she's starting to leave her mark.
Yes. So, go Mary Blair!
Okay.
Okay, so now...
So the final segment, I don't even necessarily remember how this one gets going. Or it just kind of transitions off of the song, doesn't it?
The transition is that Donald gets a lot of kisses.
Right.
Which is like a drug, so he goes into this dream sequence.
So then we get this dream sequence / drug sequence / pink elephant segment.
Yeah.
And weird Mexican stuff just keeps happening, and it's way too surreal bullshit for me.
I mean, I couldn't tell you what happens one thing after another. I know at some point there's
like
a lady and...
There's a lady taming cactuses or something, and Donald's trying to hit on her, except he keeps getting turned into cactuses.
Yeah.
And then there's
then there's little Donald cactuses
which
running
look
around.
like little melon Donalds.
Right.
But it's just like, what? And then, like, the Caballeros come out of nowhere again and start screaming their bits again.
Oh, yeah.
And it just keeps going, and then Donald's in the bull thing.
Donald's like, he's dressed up in a bull costume, and Panchito and him are doing, like, a bull run.
Bullfighting thing, and then... Again... Jose takes a couple of sticks of dynamite and sticks her right up Donald's butt. I'm not making this up. It just works, okay?
It does.
And then there's just like fireworks and shit going off, and like the movie ends.
Yeah. I mean, it ends with like fireworks that are the colors of all three of their countries.
Oh, I somehow missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that fact.
First it's Mexico's colors that say Finn, and then it's Brazil's colors that say Finn, and then it's the red, white, and blue American colors.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah, and that's the end.
That's the end. So, would you recommend people go out and see this one?
I mean, this is another one of those that it's like, without the context of really knowing
Why this was made,
where this film came from, I wouldn't recommend this to like any casual moviegoer, you know, to the general audience. But yet again, this is one of those where if you're interested in watching all the Disney movies, like this one's not a bore. It's a fun time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a lot more interesting to watch than Saludos Amigos.
Yeah.
Saludos Amigos is one of those movies that'll just put you to sleep. Mm-hmm. Three Caballeros does not do that.
No, it's at least entertaining from start to finish, even if it's entertaining in a what the hell is going on.
So that being said, I remember watching this film as a kid one like lazy Sunday afternoon, and I was kind of falling asleep during it. I kept waking up and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I could see this movie being one of those where it's so high energy that it puts you to sleep.
Yeah, it's too much energy that you just get tired from watching it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So keep all that in mind and make your own decision whether you want to watch it or not.
If you want to get on board with Sean's OT3 ship, then definitely watch this movie.
Specifically Joe.
Send your fan fictions to Sean.
Give me all that smutty fan art, yo. I have a Twitter. Just tweet those
at Sean Flower.
No, I think it's like at 6 right. I think that's fine.
Okay.
Whatever. You can find it.
So anyway, this one has been fun.
Yeah, and
even if you didn't care for it all that much.
Yeah, again, I don't think this movie was amazingly great, but it was definitely better than the last one.
I just enjoy it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, after this.
Yeah, next up, after this, hold on, let me see if I can...
Yes?
Okay, so are we leaving America for the next film?
Yes.
Okay, so next up we have...
But we're leaving America for the next 2 films.
Whoa!
Yeah, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
So the next one, we're going to the opposite side of the war, right?
Yep.
All right. Everybody, it's time for us to go watch Momotaro's Defiant Sea Warriors, Japan's first ever animated film, and it's pure propaganda!
Woohoo!
I've never seen this and I'm so excited. I don't care how bad this film is, I want to watch this.
This should be interesting.